Hello and welcome back to Prophetic Diary. My name is Tiny. If you're not already a faithful subscriber of this channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Everything you need to know about Prophetic Diary is down in our description box. All of the services that are offered at keywitnesses.com are life-changing services. Everyone here, they see their life go to the next level after maybe one phone call, 6 months, 7 months coaching, 8 months. Your life is going to go to the next level. So make sure you go to keywitnesses.com, check out the services. We have brand coaching, we have life coaching, we have confidence coaching, spiritual coaching, and obviously there's some prophetic insight around those calls because I am prophetic. So go ahead and check out all the different services that we offer at keywitnesses.com. One of my favorite services is our PD Society Circles. This is where we meet with a group every single Sunday, and God shows us exactly what He wants us to see in these times about the spiritual realm. There's some things that's going on. This Sunday, for example, we're going to be talking about the power of agreement. A lot of people want to get married, but they don't know the power of agreement. That agreement that you make at the altar. There's so many different realms. There's different heavens, right? There's more than one heaven. We learned that in the PD Society Circle. But there's things that go on in the heavenlies when you come into agreement. So we'll talk about all these things, but these are the hidden things that we talk about in the PD Society Circle. Don't miss out. These things and these tools, these services help you grow and become the best version of you, become that person you truly want to be deep down in your heart. And last but not least, this is my favorite. We have a master class that has been running this entire year so far, this first half of the year. It is our EXP Masterclass. The face card never declines, right? We're going to learn about makeup, what makeup works for you, what are some makeup secrets, makeup tips. So sign up for that as well. This is for beginners, so don't shy away. Sign up now. God gave me a word today, and I'm so grateful for the word. And when I go into my prayer time, He just talks to me for myself and for you guys. So we're super grateful, and I don't take for granted God's voice, right? And being able to hear Him. I don't take advantage of these Daily Bread videos and our lives and all the words that God gives us here, right? These aren't from me. This is from Him. So let's thank Him for the words that He gives us. And this one was very encouraging, especially if you're believing for marriage or reconciliation is on the way for you, or you don't know who your spouse is. But marriage has just been something that God has been talking to you about. And here we've been preparing for marriage, and a lot of you are finding your lovers and have gotten engaged and gotten married under this ministry. But some of you're just meeting your lover, and God is saying, listen, you guys don't have to worry. You guys have done so much cleanup work, and you're divinely positioned where I want you. So with that being said, I have to send someone that understands your assignment. God was showing me that this word was for someone who has a huge assignment on their life, right? And you're gonna need someone like Mordecai in your life who can discern. Because Mordecai in Esther 4:14, he was able to discern. He said, who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. You need someone that's going to come into your life and see you as you are today, right? Maybe you guys did date in the past. Maybe you had a situation in the past, or maybe you guys just met. But this individual needs to discern, like Mordecai did, that you've come into this position and you've gone through what you've gone through for such a time as this, that they're able to discern the potential that you have, right? They also have to have that spiritual encouragement that you need, because he gave Esther a lot of spiritual encouragement, morals, right? He talked to her about her morals and said, hey, don't act like you safe in this palace. You got to come out of your comfort zones. And he gave her that spiritual courage that she needed to take a risk. They're going to have to talk to you about your faith, and they're going to have to encourage you and be your cheerleader to say, hey, step out. Because he reminded her that her actions was necessary, that her faith was necessary, that her courage was necessary, and she had to step into God's purpose, and she had to stand on it. So there shouldn't be a lot of complacency going on. There actually should be a lot of guidance going on from your spouse and them being your number one fan or your cheerleader. There has to be that covering as well. Even before the palace, Mordecai raised her and guided her while before she went into the king's court. And you need someone someone that's going to help you help shape and mold you. If you're trying to work out, that they're helping you. I mean, if you're trying to lose weight, that they're helping you do that. That if you're trying to, plan an event, that they're involved in that they care, that they listen. Why? Because this is a kingdom marriage with divine instructions that from heaven that you have to follow, because you're in purpose and you are called. So they have to understand that about you so that you can stay connected to your destiny. Because if not, they're going to pull you away from your destiny. They have to cover your journey, and they have to have that wisdom to be able to help you. Even if you're not called to the nations, maybe you're just called to open up a recreation center, or called to become a life coach or whatever, but they have to understand and recognize the divine assignment. This is a kingdom marriage. This is a divine assignment where people's lives, Esther, is involved, and you got to save, and do and walk in the calling that God has for you. He has to, and God is sending someone that has that spirit. Even if you guys were dating before, he's gonna awaken these spiritual gifts and awaken these things in your spouse, because they are now so humble because you put in the work. Maybe your absence has caused them to grow up and mature. I don't know exactly what your circumstance is, but that discernment is going to help them to be that champion, that divine covering that you need as a husband, to act as a covering, not controlling, but to protect you and to intercede for you and to stand up for you. His role isn't just to, be a bystander, but he has to be praying over you and guiding you and making sure your mind is right, not causing too much emotional damage and baggage that's going to keep you from your destiny, because you have worked too hard. And especially if you've been under this ministry, you have really, really worked to get to this place. You've gotten so many breakthroughs, and you're not average. If you stop and look around at your growth, go around some friends that you grow up with. Some of you'll be more grateful and have more gratitude if you just stop and evaluate the amount of growth that you've experienced, whether under this ministry or just in the last 2 or 3 years. There's been so much growth, and you have outgrown a lot of things, and he's going to have to understand that the reason why you even come to this point is because God says that, this is your wife to your husband, and she's anointed, and she's an extension of the kingdom. She's an ambassador of the kingdom. She represents the kingdom, and I need you to make sure, like Xerxes and Mordecai, that her mind, body, and soul is guided in the right direction. And with that, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and favor. You will receive the favor and the double portion and the anointing that will comes with that. All right, Mordecai realized Esther's divine timing. And your husband got to be able to do the same thing and discern the seasons of your life. I've changed. I'm not in the same season. I hope that this word so bless you. Share it with someone and let them know. Let them know that they're covering that person that's going to come, that can help them get in divine alignment and speak to your destiny and give you that courage and that counsel and that insight that you need. That insight that you need is on the way. So they must invest in your purpose. They must. I love you guys. I hope that this word encouraged you. If it did, make sure you put a note on that seed. Hashtag they understand the assignment, or just the assignment. I love you guys. See you in the